Here we have the Bambu Lab A1, and today we're going to be unboxing it and assembling it. So let's just get started right here. All right, and Bambu Lab does a great job of packaging their printers. It's always really easy and really neatly packaged. So just hold on to these two pieces here and just pull it out of the box like so. So this is how it looks right out of the box, like this. Let's go ahead and open this up. First thing we have is the build plate, as well as the quick start guide, which I will be going through in this video, as well as the PEI textured build plate. And as you can tell, this build plate here is the same exact size as the Bambu Lab P1S, the P1P, and the X1 Carbon. All right, so let's open this up here. So it has this arm, the power cable, the purge flinger, one box, two boxes. It looks like maybe the spool holder here. So relative to other Bambu Lab printers, this one is relatively unassembled. All right, so first impression, feels sturdy, strong, feels good. And here we have the base of the printer. These pieces just slide off sideways. And here we have the bottom of the printer, a little bit lighter than the gantry. We have a very small amount of sample filament, the Bowden tube. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is remove this film. Man, that is really stuck on there. So step one is installing the build plate. And they have this nice alignment piece right here. We have some different type of magnetic build plate here, just literally a bunch of magnets. Not quite as smooth as the other printers, but maybe I'll get used to that. It aligns pretty easy though. So we're going to flip this up here. Okay, so it's showing us there are these screws here that you have to remove. And now you take the, being careful not to knock over the frame, you take the bed housing, and it should just slide in like this. There it goes. Okay, nice. That fits nicely. Push the heat bed fully to the front end. Okay. Open the Y-axis cover. Oh, just kind of, I guess, unclips or something. Now install 10 screws. Okay, I guess that's good. So definitely more involved setup compared to the A1 Mini. Now I push this forward here. And yes, there are indeed two more. It'd be great if this was all pre-assembled, but it is what it is. Into its spot, which kind of awkwardly just kind of sticks like that. So I'm not exactly sure how you're supposed to align this, but if I just slide it in, it falls down like so. Kind of have to help it guide in. That's awkward. Turn the A1 like this and hang it off the side. This is nothing I've ever done before. That just doesn't feel right, but okay. Now we're going to be plugging in all of these adapters, the cables. USB-C here just goes in here and plugs in. Then we have the green one, plugs in here. The white one, camera, goes in there. And the Z motor, which now that I'm looking at it, there we go. Jam this wire in here, then close that piece. And that just kind of loosely, you know, does that. Purge flinger, because it literally flings the purge off the side of the printer. So that just slides in right here. So this guy here, this is the purge flinger, installs just like this. Yeah, it goes right up here. Plug the power cable in. 24 minutes so far of assembly, which I guess relative to some printers isn't that bad, but relative to other Bambu Lab printers is not great. So there's a camera here with a cover. That's nice. There we go. Got a nice slightly distorted jingle. So we're gonna go ahead and press start. Remove this. English and North America. All right, let's see if it connects to the Wi-Fi. As far as the aesthetics of the printer, I think it looks pretty cool. All right, so it connected to the network. That's great. Now I need to install This here, ooh, this is nice. It looks like this just installs right on here. That's a nice design right there. That's cool. Okay. Thank you, Bambu Lab, for making that easy. All right, and then this just screws on here. And we have a top tier spool holder. I like this. Just very well thought out. It's not incredibly strong feeling, but it's okay. So obviously I'm not connecting it to the AMS. Doesn't matter which one you go into, but I'm doing like the front or the closest one. It looks like they want me to install this here. Has a cool little swivel. And that should be in, yep. So now my printer is showing up on my app and I'm going to name it. And now we get to name the printer right now on the spot. So let's see, what should we name this guy? The Yeti. I guess it kind of looks like a Yeti. It kind of does. So save. So the Yeti's all set up. And now it's time to get some filament. So I'm running to get some filament here. So it's silk is notoriously more difficult to print than regular PLA. So we're going to test this out with some silk filament. All right, it's going to start the calibration here, and I need to install the filament as well. So this is interesting. This goes here, I'm assuming, and in like so. Not sure if it matters that I'm doing this during the calibration or not. We're currently at 35 minutes of setup here, and right now it is calibrating. So here we have the A1 Mini. So you just compare the general size on the table. So this one here requires just about 22 to 24 inches potentially, because of the, probably about 22 inches in this direction. In this direction here, it's about 19 inches. All right, and then vertically, it's about 25 inches tall, compared to the Bambu Lab A1 Mini right here, which takes up about 16 inches just in general, just approximately. Vertically, only 15 inches vertically. We do have this here. And then forward back, yeah, roughly 16 inches. But it doesn't feel like it takes up that much space. This kind of big plastic piece is like a little big, but it's not too bad. The whole AMS on the side like this though, that really takes up a lot of space. The cool thing about this printer is you can mount the AMS on top, which obviously makes it very tall, but it saves that horizontal footprint. Which build volume do you prefer? The Bambu Lab A1 or the Bambu Lab A1 Mini? All right, so we're still calibrating here. It looks like it's doing, let's see what it's doing. The noise cancellation, it's gonna take 5 minutes. It has this clip here. I'm assuming that's how that goes. Yes, definitely, you wanna put that clip on. And this thing's really going to town on its noise cancellation. Now it's gonna do 4 minutes of vibration compensation. Now do the printer. Now do the printer. Now do the printer. And they're great, we love them. Best bed slingers. Bambu Lab best bed slingers. We're about an hour in here, 4 more minutes of this sitting here doing nothing. X, oh, this is Y. Y, X, Z, Z, X, Y, Z, Z. Wow, you're all set. It's got this nice rocket ship picture. All right, and now we're going to try to print this benchy with the silk copper. We'll see how that goes, which usually for silk filament, you would print a little bit slower. All right, so yeah, it's printing the benchy with the silk filament, and it's definitely a fast printer, that's for sure. All right, so it's just finishing up the benchy that I'm printing with the silk, PLA silk filament, which is not the best for very high speed printing, but it managed to print the benchy successfully, but not really the highest quality. So I'll need to test it again with some regular filament. All right, and there we have it. So we've successfully assembled and set up and printed our first object with the Bambu Lab A1. Woo! all right. So, well, I have to let the build plate cool down, but we have successfully printed a benchy, which is very, very stuck to the build plate here. But there you can kind of see how bad the silk filament printed the high-speed benchy. So I'll be printing another benchy with regular PLA and see how it comes out. Okay, so here it is printing with regular Bambu Lab PLA, and it is printing perfectly. And if we take a look at it up close, you can see the quality looks very, very good. So pro tip for fast printing, don't use silk PLA. So this is also going to be hot as well, and I have all these things on it. All right, so there you have it, the Bambu Lab A1. We fully assembled it, and it works. It works. So there you go. I'll be testing this printer a lot. This is obviously just the very first experience with this printer. So after many, many hours of 3D printing, I will have a review video for this guy as well. Maybe a comparison between these two as well. But thanks for watching. My name is Steven, and happy printing. What's up, guys? We got a bed slinger. We got a bed slinger. A1 bed slinger. A1 mini bed slinger. Bambu Lab, say no to bed slingers. Bed slinger, bed slinger. We got bed slingers. You want a bed slinger? Bambu Lab's got bed slingers. That's right. Bambu Lab mini bed slinger. Bambu Lab A1 bed slinger. Good printers. Great printers. The best printers. The best printers on the market. We got bed slingers. Say no to bed slingers, but we got them.